lives that have been lost, beautiful men and women who have been gunned down, whose lives have been stopped senselessly for nothing. And the justice that so often has not been done. Again, as IKID shared, we have to end qualified immunity. We have to reopen cases because things have not been fair. People view things through lenses which taint reality. The reality is people are dying unnecessarily, and they shouldn't be. There has to be justice. My name is Erin Feely-Nahem. I'm the RERA Vice President, and I'm the Public Safety Committee co-chair with Shirley. I want to recognize tonight Rosanna Ceruzzi, our RERA President, who without this wouldn't have happened. She was definitely helpful in getting this all organized. I also want to recognize Kevin and the deputy. They've been very helpful in the Public Safety Department in making sure that we could have this event. We're here tonight in recognition of the historic Black Lives Matter March, initiated by young activists on Roosevelt Island, outraged by the brutal murder of George Floyd last year, and in continuity with the historic community protest and struggle almost a decade ago, which pushed back against unconstitutional and abusive policing here on Roosevelt Island, and which led to the current community policing advances and the policies implemented by the PSD leadership, which I think are so appreciated today by the majority of residents. Our beautiful multinational community has benefited greatly from these advances, and we salute the legacy of Chief Jack McManus, continued under Chief Kevin Brown and Deputy Director Anthony Amorosa. Chief McManus and I came after that struggle. We were raw. Public Safety Department were raw. Nobody listened. Nobody communicated. And he really did care. And together, under Charlene, who was the president, she really helped nurture a respect between resident and Public Safety Department. Community policing grew and continues to grow under the present leadership now. And as a mother, I have to admit, I sleep and I can sleep at night, which I couldn't do previously under the last person who was in charge of public safety. We won a big victory for our community back in 2013 when we forced the ouster of then PSD Chief Guerra, and because of it, our youth have grown up without fearing the public safety officers who are here to protect them, and parents have had fewer sleepless nights. As police continue killing unarmed individuals without justice being found, we can reflect on the fact that this type of victory is still rare. So how did we accomplish it here on Roosevelt Island? We investigated residents' concerns and we documented them. We brought them to the attention of RERA, which is the Roosevelt Island Residents Association, who listened to us and supported our claims. It took hard work and persistence, effective and honest educational materials, remaining legal, peaceful, disciplined, and relentless. It required on-the-ground action. You notice my husband, or I talked about the fact that with George Floyd, the difference was communities won't take it anymore. The people of all colors, all genders, all, age difference, all got up and said, this is not okay. This needs to change. Neighborhoods now join together when someone is wronged. This is the new phenomenon. Our police continues persistence, effective and honest educational materials, always backing our assertions with facts, affidavits, testimonies, and public witnesses, appealing to the reason and sense of justice by the majority, public rallies, democratic, transparent decision-making, winning the support of elected officials, pursuing media coverage, and all that goes into a successful movement. That's what we did. But it started on the ground. It started with education, and this community stood up and made the difference. This community said, he's got to go. And then the officials said, yeah, he's got to go. Jessica Lappin was out in the square screaming, Guerra has to go. That's a big deal. It just doesn't happen that often. 1 year ago, while we were in the pandemic isolation and lockdown, Ireland youth organized, inspired by the explosion of rage and determination across the U.S. and around the world after the brutal murder of George Floyd, an action right here on Roosevelt Island. We salute our youth. Tonight's activity is sponsored by the Roosevelt Island Residents Association Public Safety Committee, and is a signal that hopefully, as we conquer the pandemic, our community organizations and advocacy groups, starting with VERA, will again be in the vanguard of defending the interests of residents on all issues and questions we will be focusing on here today. We appreciate the young activists who are growing into amazing fighters, and we support them. Thank you. Jail killer cops, end qualified immunity, and reopen old cases. Let's get justice done. Now, would we like to take a moment for the fallen people and all the people murdered by the NYPD, by police, by people who should have been there to protect them? Take 8 minutes, 9 minutes, and 24 seconds in silence. So whoever can take a knee, please do so, or just sit quietly. And remember, these people gave their lives for something, and we need to find justice for them.